make the ground shake.
Yes, hello students. I welcome you to the fourth week of online classes accountancy. So in the last class we were discussing about the chapter 3 admission of a new partner, right? So in the last class we discussed about under what terms a new partner will be entered in a business and what is the need for entering a new partner in the business and what will be the part that a new partner will be bringing into the business and what share of profits will be shared by the partners and what will be the new profit sharing ratio and what is the sacrificing ratio of the old partners. So these are the certain aspects that we discussed in the last class of the chapter 3 admission of a new partner, and even we discussed about the what is the meaning of goodwill, and goodwill is a intangible asset. So goodwill is an intangible asset. So and certain how the goodwill should be treated in case of admission of a new partner, that and all we discussed in the last class. So in the this class we shall discuss with the certain new concepts, that is the goodwill and how the adjustments regarding the profits and losses will be made after admission or entering of a new partner in the business will be dealt in this class. Yes, so first we shall discuss with some of the previous chapters classes, that is the goodwill, and regarding its a new concept is been there that we shall discuss in the first concept of this class. So in the when a new partner, so regarding the goodwill there is a certain note. So this is an important thing that should be kept in the mind by a new partner while bringing some goodwill to the business. So this is when a new partner or partners pay their share of goodwill in cash. So for example, if the any person is admitting into the business and has brought some goodwill in cash, clear, so then that will be distributed among the old partners or existing partners of the business in their sacrificing ratio. This sacrificing ratio, the meaning of this was discussed in the last class. So regarding or in that ratio, the goodwill will be distributed or shared by the old or the existing partner. So this is a main important thing that should be kept in the mind while calculating the goodwill under admission of a new partner. So the next concept is hidden goodwill. So hidden goodwill, as the name says it is hidden. Hidden means here it is already been not specified or not clarified or not openly expressed in any books of accounts, clear. So it refers to a value of goodwill that is not specified at the time of admission of a new partner. So for example, if a new partner is been admitted here, if a new partner is admitted in the business, so at that time for that new partner this hidden goodwill will not be given, clear, or will not be specified. That will be called as hidden goodwill, and this will only be known by the existing or the old partners of the business. So that goodwill is called as hidden goodwill. Hidden goodwill, so it is not specified at the time of admission of a new partner. That value of goodwill will be called as hidden goodwill, clear. So till here the goodwill concept will be ending. So the new concept is the adjustment for accumulated profits and losses. So what are the certain adjustments that has to be made while calculating the accumulated profits and losses, that has to be made after the adjustment of a new partner will be done here. So the first adjustment is accumulated profits such as the general reserve. So these are the reserves maintained by the business out of the profits, clear. So this will be shown in the liability side of the business or a balance sheet, or reserve fund. So reserve fund means here out of certain profit, these reserves will be maintained, or these reserves will be kept aside from the business after distributing all the profits to the other partners of the business. Clear? So only a part of profits will be distributed, other part will be kept as general reserves or reserve fund in the business for meeting the uncertain expenses in the business. So for example, if there are sudden losses in the business, so then that losses will be recovered by this general reserves or the reserve fund. Clear? So and the profit and loss account credit balance. So credit balance means here that shows a profit. Clear? So profit and loss account credit balance, or the profit appearing on the liability side of the balance sheet, should be transferred to the capital account of the existing or the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio. So as here the new partner will be entering after the admission of the, yes, after the accounting year, after the commencement of the year, only the old partners will be getting the previous year's profits. Clear? So the previous year's profits will only be shared by the existing or the old partners, and only the current year's profit will be shared by the new partner of the business. Clear? So here the profits will be transferred directly to the capital accounts of the old partners of the business. So for example, X, Y, Z are the three partners, and A enters to the business. Clear? So in the previous year's profits, only X, Y, Z will be having the share, and in the current year's profits, the A is a new partner, right? Only the A will be added in the current year's profit. So for X, Y and Z's particular capital accounts, the profits will be shared, and that will be shared in case of their old profit sharing ratio. Clear? So the second adjustment is debit balance in the profit and loss account. So debit balance indicates a loss. Clear? So the loss appearing on the asset side of the balance sheet should be transferred to the capital account of the existing or the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio. Same thing. So here the losses will be indicated on the debit side of the profit and loss account. So that loss will also be deducted and shown in the respective partners capital account in their old profit sharing ratio, or in their old ratio only the losses will be shown in the old partners or the existing partners account. Clear? So the debit balance in the profit and loss account indicates the losses, and the credit balance in the profit and loss account indicates the profits. Clear? So these are the adjustments that has to be made in the existing or the old partners account regarding the profits and losses of the previous year after admission of a new partner in the business. So if the partner is admitted in the middle of the year, so till that date, for example, if a partner is being admitted at September, clear? So the accounting year starts from April to March. So from April to September, the part of profits will be only transferred to the existing or the old partners account from September till next accounting year March. So from September to March, all the partners will be getting their profits or losses in the agreed ratio. Clear? So in case if the partners are coming in between the accounting year, so till that before the admission only the profits will be shared in their old profit sharing ratio, and after the admission of a new partner, it will be shared among all the partners of the business. So these are the adjustments for accumulated profits and losses of the business. Clear? So next is journal entry for transferring the profit to the particular partner's account. So that is reserve fund or general reserve or profit and loss account debit to old partner's capital account individually. So individually means here, for as the example I told, X, Y, Z are three partners. So in that X, Y and Z. So particularly X's capital account and Y's capital account and Z's capital account, this reserve fund or the general fund or the profit and loss account will be directly debited to the particular partner's account. Individual particular partner's accounts will be transferred. So this is the general entry to be passed for transferring the profit of the profit of the current previous year for the old or existing partners. So the next one is the revaluation of assets and reassessment of liabilities. So revaluation, as the name says, once valued assets will be again valued. That will be called as revaluation of assets. And reassessment means here assessment also the same thing. Assessment is a already assessed or properly valued. So once valued or once assessed liabilities and assets will be again valued and assessed in case of admission of a new partner. So at the time of admission of a new partner, the assets are to be revalued and liabilities are to be reassessed to bring them to the correct value. Why? Because as here the new partners will be entering into business, so the assets and liabilities should be properly calculated. If they are underestimated or overestimated, it may be. So here the assets and liabilities should be properly calculated or valued here. So for this proper valuation of the assets and liabilities, revaluation account will be prepared by the firm. So in that revaluation account, as the name says, revaluation, properly once valued assets and liabilities will be properly again revalued. Clear? So that will be called as revaluation account. Clear? So in this revaluation account, the increase in the value of the asset and the decrease in the value of the liabilities are recorded in the credit side. So increase in the asset and decrease in the liability will be recorded in the credit side. So the credit side will be in the right hand side, and decrease in the value of the asset and increase in the value of liabilities are recorded on the debit side of the revaluation account. Clear? So increase in asset and decrease in liability will be recorded on the credit side, and decrease in the asset and the increase in the liability will be recorded on the debit side of the revaluation account. So these are all on this revaluation account. We are having the problems, 12 marks problems. So concentrate properly. So in that I am repeating again, increase in the assets and decrease in the liabilities will be recorded, and decrease in the assets and increase in the liabilities will be recorded on the debit side. Increase in asset, decrease in liability on the credit side. Then decrease in the asset and increase in the liability will be recorded on the debit side of the revaluation account. Clear? Yes. So the next we shall discuss with the meaning of revaluation account. It refers to an account prepared to record the increase and decrease in the value of the assets and liabilities. Clear? So in that we'll only record the increase in the asset or increase in the liability, or decrease in the asset and decrease in the liability will be recorded in the revaluation account, and it is prepared at the time of admission of a partner, retirement of a partner, to calculate the profit and loss on revaluation of assets and reassessment of liability. Clear? So this is only prepared to calculate the profit and loss on either the time of admission of a new partner or retirement of an existing partner for proper calculation of assets and liabilities. This revaluation account will be prepared by the firm at the end of the accounting year in case of admission of a new partner and retirement of a existing partner. Clear? So in here we will be discussing only the admission of a partner, and the retirement of a partner will be dealt in the chapter 4. Clear? So the next is need for opening of revaluation account. So why the revaluation account should be opened? Why? What is the purpose or need for opening this revaluation account? So at the time of admission of a partner, to bring in the books of accounts their correct value. Clear? So what is the need means here? For proper valuation of assets and liabilities and their proper or correct value. Clear. So by opening this revaluation account, the correct value of assets and liabilities can be ascertained, and here the assets and liabilities may be overstated or understated, or it may not be recorded. Clear. So by opening this revaluation account, all the assets and liabilities will be properly valued. Clear. So and it will be recorded in the books of accounts. So once the revaluation account is opened, the assets and liabilities may be overstated. Overstated means here either there may be increase in the value of the assets and liabilities, or understated means here decrease in the value of the assets and liabilities, and may not be recorded by mistake, may not be recorded in the books of accounts, that is errors of omission. Clear. So that will all be rectified or corrected by opening the revaluation account. Clear. So next is journal entries to be passed while opening or while creating a revaluation account. Clear. So the first journal entry is for increase in the value of asset. So increase means here appreciation, right? So for increase in the value of the asset, even here the unrecorded asset also. Clear. So this assets may also include the unrecorded asset. Overestimation, underestimation and unrecorded, all the three assets will be recorded in case by this journal entry. So that is asset account debit to revaluation account. So the amount here with the amount of increase, what is the amount of increase, only that amount will be recorded in the both the columns, debit and credit column. So asset account debit to revaluation account. So in the next slide we will be discussing with the example so that you can understand it in a better manner. Next, second journal entry is for decrease or reduction in the value of asset. So if there is any decrease in the asset or depreciation in the asset, so that will be recorded as revaluation account debited to asset account. So amount of decrease, what is the amount of decrease, will only be recorded in the debit column and credit column, in the both the columns. Clear. So as here there is a decrease, so here we have to debit the revaluation account. So in the previous slide we discussed, as there is any increase in the asset and decrease in the liability will be recorded in the debit side, and vice versa. Clear. So we discussed here. See here, concentrate. Sorry, I think in this slide. Yes. So here increase in the asset and decrease in the liability will be recorded on the credit side, and decrease in the value and the decrease in the asset and increase in the liability needs to be in the debit side. So here we are passing it in the journal entry, as there is a decrease in the asset. So here we have to write it in the credit side of the revaluation account. So we have to debit the revaluation account. Revaluation account debit to asset account with a particular amount of decrease in the asset. Next is for decrease in the amount of liability. Here even it records the unrecorded liability also. So revaluation account debit to particular liability account with the amount of increase. Clear. So if there is an increase, this is a journal entry to be passed. Next is for decrease or reduction in the amount of liability, then there will be a reverse transaction. So the transaction will be liability account debit to revaluation account. So here liability amount will be debited with the amount of decrease in the liability. Decrease in the liability, only decrease in the liability will be recorded in the liability account debited to revaluation account. Next one is the for transfer of profit to the revaluation account. If there is any credit balance in the profit and loss account, credit balance means here profit, so that will be transferred to the old partners, right? So as here new partner will be only given the current year's profits, so the previous year's profits will be shared among the old or the existing partners of the business or the partnership. So here this is the transaction, revaluation account debit to old partners capital account. So individually, here also example I gave previously XYZ. So revaluation account debited to X's capital account, revaluation account debited to Y's capital account and revaluation account debited to Z's capital account. So all the three partners will be given the separate journal entries and transferring of the particular profits to the all the partners. Clear? So for transferring the loss to the revaluation account, same here also the transaction will be reverse. Old partners capital account debit to revaluation account, as it will be deducted in the asset side. So here the transactions will be reverse or vice versa. Old partners capital account debited to revaluation account. X account debit, Y account debit, Z account debited to revaluation account. So in the narration you have to write transferring of the loss of previous year's loss to the revaluation account to the old partners capital account. Clear? So now we shall discuss these transactions with a example so that you can understand it better. Yes. So example, give journal entry for increase in the value of buildings on the admission of a partner. So buildings is an fixed asset, right? So here there is a increase in the asset. Increase in the asset need to be debited, right? So buildings account debit to revaluation account here. So buildings, as it is a increase and it is a fixed asset, so here the asset should be debited. So buildings account debited to revaluation account. So in the narration, being increase in the value of buildings. Next, second journal entry, give the journal entry for decrease in the value of machinery. So here machinery is a fixed asset and decrease means here there will be a decrease in the asset. So decrease in the asset need to be credited. So you know the last year's asset and liability debit and credit concepts, right? So the same concepts will also be recorded here. Decrease in the asset need to be credited and increase in the asset need to be debited. Same concept here. Revaluation account debited to machinery account. As there is a decrease in the asset, we have to credit the asset. So here revaluation account debited to machinery account, being decrease in the value of machinery. Clear? So the next third is give the journal entry for decrease in the value of creditors on the time of admission of a partner. So creditors is a liability. These are the liabilities shown in the balance sheet of a partnership firm. Clear? So here liability, as there is an increase in the liability, increased liability will be debit. So creditors account debit to revaluation account. So narration, being decrease in the value of creditors. Next is give the journal entry for closing revaluation account and transferring profit at the time of admission of a partner. So this is a journal entry to be passed while revaluation account is being closed and the profit will be directly transferred to the existing or old partners capital account. Revaluation account debited to old or existing partners capital account. So here for each and every partner individually that should be transferred. Individual particular partners capital account will be credited in case of transferring of previous year's profit to the existing or old partners. Yeah, so being transfer of profit on the revaluation. Next is last journal entry. Give the journal entry for transferring of losses and closing the revaluation account. Clear? So if there are losses, then the reverse transaction should be passed. That is old partners capital account debit to revaluation account. So as here loss is there, that will be shared by all the partners. So all the partners capital account should be debited to the revaluation account. In the narration we are writing being transfer of loss on the revaluation of assets and liabilities. Clear? So these are the journal entries with examples. Clear? So the next concept is adjustment of capital. So while admission of a new partner, here even the partner will bring the capital, right? So how that capital should be adjusted after admitting or joining of a new partner will be discussed in this concept. Adjustment of capital after admission of a new partner. At the time of admission of a partner, the existing partners agree that their capital should be adjusted so as to be in the proportionate to their profit sharing ratio. Clear? So that should be properly distributed to the existing partners in their profit sharing ratio. Clear? So old profit sharing ratio only, the capitals will be distributed among all the partners of the business. So on capital adjustments, if there is excess or surplus in the capital account, the partner will withdraw the excess capital. So withdraw means here taking back the capital, and if there is a deficit or shortage, the partners will bring the necessary amount to cover the shortage of capital. So this is called as adjustment of capital. This will be only done at the time of admission of a new partner. Unless and until a partner is being joined, this adjustment of capital will not be done. This will only be done at the admission of a new partner. So if there is any excess, the excess amount will only be withdrawn by the partners, and if there is any deficit or decrease in the capital, then the other partners will be covering the shortage of capital by introducing some additional capital to the partnership business or to the firm. Clear? So next is journal entry to be passed while adjustment of capital made in cash. Clear? So if it is a deficit or shortage, then cash or bank account debit to concerned partners capital account. As here the business will be receiving the cash, so there is an increase in the asset. Increase in the asset need to be debited. Same cash or bank account debit to concerned partners capital account. So for example, cash account debited to X's account, to Y's account, to Z's account. So same like that, if all the partners are introducing, then all the three partners account should be credited and the cash or the bank account should be debited. If there is any shortage or deficit of capital and additional capital is to be introduced to the business, so then this is the journal entry to be passed. And next is if there is any excess means here surplus, or there is any additional amount already in the capital account, so then here the transaction or the journal entry is reverse, that is concerned partners capital account debit to cash or bank account. As here the surplus amount will be withdrawn, so that will be equally distributed, or as per the profit sharing ratio, it will be directly debited to the partners capital account. As here partners will be having the more right on this capital, that will be shared among old or existing partners in their profit sharing ratio. Clear? So these are the journal entries to be passed while making the adjustments in case of capital introduced in the cash. Clear? Yes. So these are the certain items we discussed in the chapter 3, and in the following classes we will be moving on to the chapter 4. Clear? That is retirement of a partner. I hope all are understanding. So these are the assignments for this class.